This is my family.
This is my family.
This is my family.
These are but a few foreign international exchange students that have come to the United States to expand their education and experience the benefits of traveling to another country.
Well, I think that anytime that we can bring in people from overseas with different views, different talents, and take advantage of those opportunities to let people in the United States work on a global scale from people from all over this world, because it's such a global economy anymore. I think if we can do that, then we're going to enhance not only those folks coming in to our country, but expose people in our country to other parts of the world. So I think that helps everybody.
Although it is a great opportunity for international students to study in America, complications with student visas have surfaced, and it is the federal government that is responsible for the creation of laws and regulations.
In our classroom, our future workforce, American workforce, depends on our kids knowing how to work next to an Indian, a Chinese, and a Brazilian. To have that diversity of experience prepares them for their future and ours.
International exchange students travel to foreign countries to study abroad. These opportunities give foreign students a chance to share their culture and experience another.
I went to school, it's of course American school, and everything is very different. Class is being taught in English and teachers speaking English, everybody is talking English.
I actually like the school system better here because the education is really hard in China. Yeah, and in America it's a lot easier. And I can do a lot of like collapsing or stuff. It's better than in China.
I don't speak English at home in Finland, so sometimes I understand everything, but like I know the word in English, but I don't know what that is like in Finnish.
According to NAFA's most recent economy analysis, international students and their families created or supported 340,000 jobs and contributed to $26.8 billion to the U.S. economy. But international students can't just come over to the United States. They must first obtain a visa.
Let's talk about the process first. Process is you go to a consulate in China, U.S. consulate in China, and then there's a department where they do all the visa and things, and then you hand in your documents, and then they will require your fingerprints, and then there will be an officer interviewing you. The interview is like the most important part, because after that interview he will tell you directly if you can get a visa or not. So basically the interview is the most important thing.
That colleges and universities want to admit every academically qualified international student who wants to study here, but we believe the government has an absolute right and responsibility to decide who actually gets a visa to come to this country to study.
And then he gave me like a paper saying, I'm sorry, actually he was using Chinese, very bad Chinese, saying, I'm sorry, I cannot give you the visa of the United States of America because the reason is on the paper, but actually he gives the same paper to everybody that got rejected. So the paper is very general, basically saying, I'm suspecting that you're going to be an illegal immigrant. So that's basically like a no reason rejection. So then I kind of said, oh, I'm just not going to be, probably can never be a visitor to America.
In my organization, there was really bad those experience. So I was a little bit worried that is everything gonna be all right?
You must have a student visa to study in the United States. The courses you take and the school you attend determine whether you need an F1 visa or an M1 visa.
The student visa is quite different than visitor visa because the purpose is different, come here for study. So then I did the same thing. But what I need is some documents. One is a very important thing, is like the I-20. I-20 is a form from your school saying that, basically saying how long you're going to stay here, how much tuition you're paying each year.
There are several steps in applying for a visa. You must complete the online process, schedule an interview at the U.S. Embassy, and gather required information.
The other thing too is a lot of times when those student visas run out, then you're required to leave.
Students flock to the US to study, but when their visas expire, some simply stay. According to a Fox News article, there was confirmation that the students from Kazakhstan were linked to the Boston bombers and were living in the US on expired or invalid student visas.
So that's what people are expecting. They came illegally. They just kind of sneak in and stay for 5 years or 10, till some president say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you citizenship," and then they can become American citizenship. They become American citizens, so why people do that? Because just what I said, because people think America is a great place. So that's what some people, they cannot come here, immigrate here legally, so they try to do illegal things.
The executive branch is there to enforce laws and regulations that the legislative branch puts into place. But the executive branch also needs to act as a leader in the country and to other foreign countries.
But with all the incidences in the United States, many eager students are denied visas to travel and learn in the US.
Fox News Alert and the Fox News Channel has just confirmed that customs officials are being ordered effective immediately to verify that every foreign student arriving in the U.S. has a valid student visa.
The visa system probably needs to be revamped to make sure that we're keeping that knowledge over here that's beneficial to our country and our economy, and not force those people out. But yeah, there are absolute restrictions on how many can come, how long they can stay, and what's expected of them as they're here, because they are not U.S. citizens.
Students should feel welcome to study in America. Increasing security checks on visas keeps participants from improving our education and our economy, not to mention the rich culture and experience gained by international exchange students.
And very easy!
This is my family.
No, because I ran out.